What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Game Day with Trey. Of course, this is your host, Trey, and today we're going to talk about this NFL Sunday afternoon matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the New York Jets. All right, so this game will be kicked off Sunday afternoon, 1 p.m. East Coast time, East Rutherford, New Jersey. All right, MetLife Stadium. Line right now is, at one point in time, it was the Jets by 3.5. Over under was set at 43.5. It has been a little movement since now. Now it's the Jets by 4. Over under still set at 43.5, guys. So let's go ahead and let's take a quick look at these teams because I really don't want to talk about these teams for long. These teams, yeah. All right, so basically, the Colts coach Shane Steichen has pushed the reset button on second-year quarterback Anthony Richardson. After benching Richardson for veteran Joe Flacco for the past 2 weeks without the desired effect to win in the win column, Steichen is now going back to the well as they take this trip out to East Rutherford to battle the New York Jets, man. Steichen sat Richardson down after a 23-20 loss to the Houston Texans on October 27th. All right, now, Richardson not only struggled with accuracy in that game, going 10-32 passing, but he also took himself out the game on a key third down play in the second half, acknowledging he was tired. Like, come on, dog. For real? You know what I mean? For real? Now, Flacco threw a combined 4 interceptions in the loss to Minnesota and Buffalo, including a pick 6 in last week's game of the 30-20 loss, or a setback, whatever you want to call it, to the Bills last week, which honestly, they ain't stand a chance in that game anyway. Right now, Steichen said that Richardson has taken steps in the right direction while serving the QB2. He's made strides in that area, big time strides, becoming a pro's pro, Steichen said. I don't know how many strides you can make in like 2-3 weeks, guys. Come on now, let's not be serious about this, Shane. All right, now, he says also, he isn't a finished product. He knows that, and it's his job to help him get there. He's going to start this week, and he's going to start the rest of the season. I don't think I would have said that, but at the end of the day, maybe I would have. Because, hell, it doesn't matter if you win or if you lose anyway. If you lose out, then you get another chance to go back to the well and get another quarterback. And also, you find out that Anthony Richardson ain't that dude. Like I've been telling y'all, he ain't that dude, man. Okay? Now, Richardson's had this to say. Okay? I'm thankful for these past 2 weeks. As a competitor, you never want to just be on the sideline. You always feel like there's opportunity for you out there to help the team. But sitting on the sideline just allowed me to look and see certain things I can correct about myself. Remember this, guys. Richardson has only completed 44.4% of his passes this season, 133 passes total for 958 yards, 4 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. He's rushed for 242 yards, but he's got 6 fumbles, guys. So when he says these types of things, remember what he's already done out there on the field, right? Now, if Richardson can make corrections, though, and the 4-6 Colts still have a chance to catch Houston somehow, some way, which only owns a 2-game lead over them in the AFC South somehow, some way, right? Now, while Richardson returns, Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets and their whole situation, man, this is a lost year for them in that franchise, especially in the Rodgers years. Rodgers will be remembered for what he has done to this team, because he has came to this team and he has taken them to the depths. I understand Zach Wilson wasn't the best quarterback. He was a bum. He was a slug, all that. But at the end of the day, guys, we also got to understand Aaron Rodgers is a cancer. And the way that the things that he's brought to this locker room and how his personal emotions and not showing up to practices and all that stuff is spilled out into the field, man, it's ridiculous. Especially for someone that a lot of people talk about as one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. I don't think so. I can't put him there. You got 1 Super Bowl. You only been 1 time. And you took Brett Favre's team when you did it. And it's just, I ain't really seen it from you since. You crumble in big games. You crumble in the playoffs. Like, you're a completely different quarterback in the playoffs. But, man, look, that's me going on a tangent, man. Let me get back to what I'm supposed to be talking about, right? Nevertheless, okay, Rodgers is holding hope right now with this Jets 3-17 that they can make a playoff run, right? Rodgers mirrored his team's struggles in the last week with a 31-6 loss at Arizona, managing only 151 yards and going 22 of 35 passing, but losing 23 yards while taking 3 sacks, guys. He says, we're not mathematically eliminated. there's a lot of room for play here. At the end of the day, one thing we can play for, whether we're 10-0 or 3-7, is pride. Man, come on now, Aaron. You tripping, man. I get you. I get you, but come on, dog. Come on, Doug. All right, realistically, New York has played about every card it can actually turn over, man. It's fired its coach Robert Saleh after dropping to a 2-3 and a week 5 loss. Minnesota, they just won in 4 cents, putting Jeff Ulbrich as a head coach interim. And the acquisition of Davante Adams, that ain't helped them neither. Okay, Aaron Rodgers' favorite target, which I told y'all it wouldn't help him. It ain't helped it. You know what I mean? This whole thing is egregious what they got going on, guys. It doesn't make any sense. And, well, we're not going to spend too much more time talking about it. All right, let me go ahead and tell you about the injury report so I can slide on through this, right? So, on the injury report, it's the normal people. Michael Pittman Jr., he's questionable, dealing with the back injury. Unclear if he's going to play. Bernhard Raymond, the tackle, also for the Colts, he's questionable. He's still battling that injury. Also unclear if he's going to be out there. Davante Adams, he got a illness. Don't know if he's going to be out there, so he probably won't. Ashton Davis, he got a concussion. He's questionable. Elijah Tucker, he's always questionable. The same people that these people always are questionable. Sometimes they play, sometimes they don't. When you're 3-7, who knows if you really want to be out there and really want to play, right? So let's go ahead and let's look at this matchup stat. Okay, on the matchup stats, okay, so right now, Colts are only averaging 20.8 points per game, whereas the Jets are giving up 21.4 points per game. That's still the 10th best defense in the NFL. They're only giving up 4.9 yards per play. That is the 4th best defense in the NFL, whereas the Colts are only getting 5.5 yards per play, and that's 14th middle of the pack in the NFL. Third down, Colts can't do it. They only convert 36.59% of the time, 21st worst in the NFL. Jets can't stop nobody, though. They're middle of the pack on third down, 37.8% of the time. They allow you to convert. As far as when you get in the red zone, they allow you to score a touchdown 57.14% of the time, giving up 2.2 touchdowns a game. That's 18th and 11th in the NFL on defense. Whereas when you're looking at this Colts team, when they get to the red zone, they score a touchdown 53.33% of the time, 19th in the NFL, and they only get 2.3 touchdowns a game, 17th in the NFL. Jets offense, they're trash. They're basura. They're the bottom of the barrel. They're dumpster juice. They get 17.7 points per game. That's 26th in the NFL, whereas the Colts only score 22.3 points. Give up 22.3 points per game. That's 15th in the NFL right now. Colts defense, trash. They give up 5.7 yards per play. That's 26th in the NFL, but the Jets trash too. They only get 5 yards a play. And then third down, the Jets can convert on third down, right? So they convert 40.63% of the time. That's 10th best in the NFL. And they're going against a defense that allows you to convert 44.29% of the time. 27th worst in the NFL on third down, guys. When they get to the red zone, the Jets score 51% of the time, 24th in the NFL. Thing is, the Colts only allow you to score a touchdown 56.76% of the time. That's 17th in the NFL. The Jets are only getting 2.1 touchdowns a game. And guess what? The Colts are only giving up 2.4, so it's not much there. How are the Colts going to move the ball? Can they run the ball? Yes. Colts average 4.7 yards per rush, whereas Jets, they're only giving up 4.3. That's 13th versus 9th. So there's an opportunity for them to run the ball. Full game, the Jets are giving up 134 yards a game. So that's 25th worst in the NFL, and they allow you to score 1.4 touchdowns a game on the ground. All right, that's 29th worst in the NFL. Thing is, the Colts full game, they get 121.3 yards per game. That's 14th in the NFL, so definitely an opportunity for rushing yards and rushing touchdowns in this game. What about the Jets? Can they run the ball? No. They get 4 yards a rush, 23rd in the NFL. They only get 86 yards a game. That's 30th in the NFL. Thing is, they're going against the Colts, who's like literally the 29th worst in the NFL. Full game, they give up 148.3 yards per game. So what about passing? Can the Colts pass the ball? No, they can't do that neither. Okay. As a matter of fact, they get 7.1 yards per play, and that's 19th in the NFL. And Jets, they only give up 6.8. So what about the Jets? Can they pass the ball? Well, they might be able to do on this defense, man. This defense gives up 7.7 yards per play. It's 28th in the NFL. And the Jets, they are able to pass 6.4 yards per play. All right, so that does give them a slight opportunity. When you look at the stat splits between these two teams in the last 3 times these teams have been out here, the Colts are averaging 17.7 points per game, and they're giving up 24.7 points a game. They're losing by a margin of 7 points, guys. And then when you're talking about the Jets are only scoring 16.3, and they're giving up up 23 points per game. So really, their games are 39-point games, and the Colts games are like, what, 41-point games, 42-point games. Okay, so between 39 and 42 points is what this really looks like as far as leaning towards the under in my mind. All right, just saying, because at home the Jets score 18.5 points per game and only give up 12.3, whereas the Colts on the road, they give up 22.8 and they only score 19.4, and that's splitting between two quarterbacks the whole time, not knowing which way they want to go. All right, situationally on the season, we know that the Colts are 4-6 and that the Jets are 3-7. At home, the Jets are only 2-2 straight up, and the Colts on the road are 1-4. All right, straight up. Against the spread on the road as an underdog, the Jets right now, not Jets. The Colts are coming in this game 3-1 against the spread, though. They're 7-3 on the full season against the spread, guys. So they are successful in this situation, regardless of quarterback somehow. All right, and as a home favorite against the spread, the Jets are 2-1. All right, now over under wise, they play unders. Both of these teams. Okay, the Colts are 4 to the under and 6 to the over. 4 to the over and 6 to the under in the last 10 games they played so far this season. And then when you're looking at the Jets, they're 4 to the over, 5 to the under with 1 push in the last 10. Jets as a home favorite, all unders all 3 times. And Colts as an away underdog, 1 over once, only 1 time, and 3 unders, guys. So definitely looking like it leans to the under on this game. All right, so last thing I want to talk about when I talk about these two teams. First off, next 3 games for the Colts. The Colts play Detroit next, then they play the Patriots, and they play the Denver Broncos. All right, whereas the Jets' next 3 games, they play Seattle, Miami, and Jacksonville, guys. All right, so head-to-head, these two teams, both 5-5 straight up. The Jets run this 6-4 against the spread, and it's been 7 to the over, 3 to the under in the last 10 times they played, but they ain't met since November 4th of 2021. So don't expect the fireworks of that game, 45-30. That is not happening, guys. Yeah, I definitely don't expect. No. It ain't gonna happen like that. Just not gonna happen, guys. All right. So, last thing I do want to let you guys know about these two teams, right, is that the Colts have lost each of their last 11 games as moderate underdogs of 3.5 points to 7 points. All right. The home team has won each of the Jets' last four games. The home team has covered the spread in each of the Jets' last 4 games, and the Colts have failed to cover the spread in 3 of their last 4 November games as underdogs against AFC East opponents. The Colts also have won the first quarter in 8 of their last 12 games as moderate underdogs of 3.5 to 7 points. The Jets also have won the first half in 7 of their last 8 of Week 11 home games against AFC opponents. All right, so which way am I leaning? Well, the Jets are going to get the benefit of the doubt because they're at home, and on paper, they look like a good team. But the thing is, paper ain't facts, all right? It just ain't, okay? The problem is the Jets are 3-7 straight up. They look more disinterested week by week, and the Jets are 3-7 against the spread on the season, and 3-9-1 against the spread in their last 13 games as favorites, guys. 8 of those failed to cover covers were outright losses, right? So I'm not high on the Colts. Please understand that. I'm not with the Colts. I don't no, they're not in a good situation right now at that quarterback. But at least they are covering spreads, especially when they're getting points. So I got to go ahead and I got to lean towards the Colts, man. I like the Colts with the 3.5. I like the Colts with the 4. If you get it with the 4, you should be good. I also like the under in this game. All right, remember, it's at 44 now. So, and it has come down from that 45.5. So definitely like the Colts plus the 4. 4.5 if you can get it, and I like it under the 45.5 or 44, depending on where you guys got it or got in. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe. Please like, share, and subscribe, man. And I'm going to see y'all at the window. Peace.